What's up, guys? This is Clinton and Eli from The Place You Exist. Just wanted to talk about a few things, like the vision of our band, the origin of the name behind our band, like what got us started, and some lyrical content. My whole reason for starting to play music at all before I was even a vocalist, I just played guitar in a band called Dear Desire when I was in high school. We came up with that name just sitting down in my basement because we didn't know what to name a band because we were like 15 years old. My drummer was like, well, what do you want to name the band? And I'm just like, I don't know, I just have a dear desire to reach out to people through my music and give them hope. It's always just been about hope. Like, I'm a very dark person, so a lot of times in the lyrics there's some very dark tones behind what I'm saying. And just as a person looking at the world from the outside, it's just such a dark place. You know, the world is a very dark place, and I just feel like there needs to be more bands, especially within this type of scene, that are promoting some kind of hope. There's two different types of vocalists out there. You come to a show and you either get drained or you walk away with something. You give them something to walk away with. Like, I could be up on stage and just like be idolized and feel like an idol and just just soak it all in and just, yeah, look at me. Think about the fact that people are looking at me and give them something to walk away with. Tell them something that is actually me. Going back to like origin, then my dad passed away in 2012, and one of my old drummers, 20,000 bands later, was like, we need to make a band because your dad told you not to give up on your music and you haven't really been doing anything musically. We need to make another band. He's like, why don't we name it The Desire Remains the Same? Because my dad had this plaque that he put in the basement and said The Desire Remains the Same on it. Because he thought that the desire should always remain the same, as to, promote hope towards a dark. And we get to this band later in the future, and it's a band called Orbital. Our drummer, Jordan, shout out to him, good friend of ours. He started that band with this guy, and they asked me to play. I tried out at this donut shop that was like, we call it the Drunken Donut around here if you're not from Joliet. And they're just having an open mic, and they're like, we want to hear how you'd sound with our music, so just freestyle over our stuff. And that was my tryout. They already had song names, but they didn't have lyrics. They had ideas. It was like, the whole space thing, because we're progressive metal, so we have to talk about space, and our name's Orbital. And then we go to record our stuff recently, and the guy's like, there's already a band called Orbital, or not a band, it's
like a DJ artist from like Germany or something.
Yeah, so that guy already has that taken. We need something else, and I didn't really want to have it called Orbital anyways. It's cool, that's not what I wanted it to be called. And we agreed on...
I feel like it would keep us in a box as well. Just writing about, with a band name Orbital, like how far can you go lyrically, musically, and just emotionally, just in a box with space or something. And I remember when we sat down with the guy we originally were going to record with at a Denny's, it all came out to like, well, the music's there, it's original, it's ours, we just had to figure out a new name. And with a new name brought a whole new concept and emotion to the music, and it brought it to a whole new vibe.
We went through different names at Denny's, and I was just like, what about The Place You Exist? And well, what does that mean? It's like, so my dad's always been an inspiration for me to keep playing music. I mean, like his death and everything just kind of huge impact on my life, and just feeling like when people die or something big happens, I feel like there's two different reactions. There's the people that go out there and just do a whole bunch of drugs and drink life away, and have a negative reaction towards life. or there's the people that look at it and try to see the positives. And I just felt like I just needed to try to see the positive, even though like a lot of times I was just seeing the negatives. He always existed within the lyrical content, so why not call it the place you exist? And everybody agreed that was cool.
For me, the name, like, it comes down to how I write too. Like, I'm a very emotional writer, so when I'm sitting down, I'm not trying to write music. It usually just, it kind of just comes out in a flow when things are, you know, bad, when they're good, if I'm feeling sad or happy, like whatever it is, it's where I'm at, and that's how I'm gonna write. And it just works out having a name that's gonna fit however we all feel, which most of the time we're all, I mean, going through so many member changes in the past 2 years. Like, it was a long journey to try and figure out, you know, how important is this to us, as well as how far are we trying to go, who's the next building block with us. It was all a pain, and it really put us all on a spot for writing new music, but it gave all these old songs that have been written since July of 2014-ish, around there, just a whole new feeling, and it doesn't get old playing the old stuff, and the new stuff brings on an even emotional vibe. Like, just, you know, there's a lot more going on, just like in life, in comparison to 2 years ago to now. Music's been pushing us through all of this to finally release this single that just came out 2 days ago. This song's been written since like
The beginning.
the first, the beginning, like
the very beginning.
day one.
At the end of the day, something I just want to reiterate, if I haven't said this already, I don't know, but like, it's great to have people that you look up to, like the Contortionist and Between the Bury Me and all that, etc., etc. It's great to have people you look up to, but at the end of the day, they're still just people. And I hope that if we ever got to any sort of kind of level where people were looking up to us, we came across as people still. We didn't come across as better than or anything, because that's one thing I noticed, like just being at, playing with Oceano the other day, like anytime I ever talk to Adam, I don't feel like he's up here and I'm down here. I always want to be that kind of guy, and it's easy to be caught up in a moment and starting to feel like you're on top of the world.
Thank you for all the support. It's been a long road for just this one EP. Just so many people I really need to thank, and I can't even begin to think of who to start with.
Just wanted to say that I know everybody's going through their own thing. Either you're going through something, going into something, or coming out of something, and feel free to come up to us, share with us what you're going through in your lives. I'd love to write about other people's struggles in my music.
Don't forget to check out our debut single on YouTube, Bandcamp. It's soon to be on Spotify. The EP is going to be dropping real soon with physical copies. We got a t-shirt design coming out soon, but all in due time. And thank you guys for all the support. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.